We are big believers of the importance of learning through interaction, dialogue, facilitation, and experiential learning. But when face-to-face interaction becomes a challenge or needs to be complemented, we have designed facilitated online experiences using digital opportunities with gamification and pre- and post-blended learning.
The reality of virtual teams is the online version of our famous On Thin Ice suite of programs. In this session, we will help leaders and teams learn about how to be effective, high-performing teams remotely. It's not good enough just thinking we can recreate the office we have at work and transform it to a remote location.
If not addressed, a virtual team will most likely end up with many of the bad habits that permeated their office, and in fact just get repeated and amplified. A poorly led virtual team can also suppress the ability of a team's ability to actively engage in the thought process. If we looked at your diary entries, communication would be bigger than every other issue put together. Now that brings us to an interesting concept of a leader that was leading a ICE team, a team in a isolated and confined environment.
The men wrote in their diaries that even though it was incredibly challenging, that they were in good spirits. So Shackleton was an amazing leader, not because he actually achieved the original goal that they had, but because he was able to plan well and readapt and communicate with his team as they went along.
Research on Antarctic teams in isolated and confined environments provides a wealth of information about the challenges of achieving success in these contexts. In this program, we draw on decades of research from ICE teams and interviews with ICE explorers. We then apply this to contemporary virtual teams in the corporate work environment using an authentic Antarctic theme. This provides a memorable and engaging experience with clear, actionable outcomes. In the virtual navigation game, teams will be dropped into a specific location anywhere on the globe and have to work virtually to solve the challenges we provide them.
Yeah, that one. Would you like me to zoom into this sign? I can see something. There's a sign here. No, go left, go here. I think we should just keep moving down this street. I want you to navigate to the left, please.
Okay, but is that right? Are you happy with that?
Yes, that's right. Can you please zoom into that sign?
Was telling the time, but I don't know if it was being communicated because no one was really doing anything about it. She was throwing it out there, but no one was paying any attention because he was so busy focused on the map. So how did you feel about that? How did you feel that you were busy trying to explain time and no one was paying any attention to you? How did that feel? The problem is in real life when we get excited we shout, but when we're virtual, shouting doesn't make any difference. You can't get bigger on your screen. She was telling the time, but I don't think we were listening.
Leaders and teams need to understand the unique dynamics of virtual teams. They will need to be able to adopt to effective remote communication and not just think they can simply recreate the physical office online. A well-led virtual team can outperform most office-based teams, but only where the communication is maximised.
Racing ahead, that's an interesting one, including everyone in the team. Now that was only 5 of you. Sometimes at work we go on conference calls with 20. I mean, how effective are they? Notify clearer roles at the beginning. Leader writes down the time and money left. So that was an interesting thing. I don't think we had any idea of how much time and money we had.
This professionally facilitated online experience includes 2 interactive gamified simulations to recreate the dynamics of a virtual team.
This will buy you extra time in the end because you'll plan better. And fighting that stress and that anxiety about we've got to get it done.
We then use this experience to debrief in a safe environment and facilitate action planning outcomes.
Can we see anything on that boat? No. So on that sign earlier, it says something like Madero, yeah?
Rivida. Maybe you look where the Comodoro Rivida is. Because
Where?
it's from Riberia.
You see there?
Yeah.